I went through a little bit the beginnings of going to Harvard and Yale and Princeton and looking at all the colleges. Trying to really, I was very anxious to find the ideal solution for the students, and what was the perfect combination of elements.
Eero asked me to sort of canvass the students to see what is it they really wanted different. And what they all wanted was individual rooms.
All students said they wanted single rooms, just about. And so he did what he thought they wanted.
That became the gospel.
Yes.
Because as soon as the colleges were built, 2-3 years later, it changed and everybody wanted common rooms.
Yes.
And that has changed back and forth several times.
1, 2, 3, smile.
I think they have aged wonderfully. It's amazing how livable all of this feels. Yes.
I hear these rumbles that students don't like the colleges, and that's been going on for years. But do you know specifically why that's?
No.
You get a lot of complaints. You get complaints from parents when their kids come in here and so on. At least so I've been told by people in administration.
I think to be fair, I think as we see here, the interiors are a little tough. They're not gentle.
The huge difference is we designed these colleges to be all male, not to be co-ed.
This kind of the exposed stone, the exposed rough stone, might make many students feel uncomfortable because certainly not feel like home.
Well, one thing that always has been bad here, and that's the common room, unlike all the other common rooms. And Eero, again, he had a creative function. He called it a buttery.
The one element that failed, unfortunately, was the battery. Eero very badly wanted them to be rat killers and sell beer, but Yale would not hear of it.
He dug that out of the archives that Connecticut Hall used to have a little thing called a buttery for a short period in the 19th century.
At that time, again, part of the research was that nobody liked the old lounges. They found them stuffy. Nobody used them. So that's why he said, instead of that, we need to create something else. And he thought a rat killer would be a wonderful thing for people to gather. When the rat killer was not possible, he came up with the name Buttery.
And the buttery, we could never use it for anything. No light, really. Not an organic relationship to the dining hall. And so we kept, every year we did a different, we tried pitifully to do something with it. So I don't know what they're doing about that in the new part, but they're clearly trying to create other kind of areas of that type.
It seemed like the right thing to do, And again, like everything else, you're sort of lunging out into the future, and so you do things that in retrospect may or may not work. It's just the nature of any experimental architecture.